What's going on, everybody? Doc and Sloth, we are back into some more Rocket League action. And today, we're going to talk more season rewards. Sloth, I feel like we already did this.
Well, in true Psyonix fashion, they had to make something a little bit weird and then listen to us when we complained about it. So,
Yep.
shortly after the announcement went live for the Season 6 rewards, there was a lot of hemming and hawing from a lot of people, myself included. Don't ever want to be needy or a jerk about getting season rewards, but a lot of people weren't feeling fantastic about the season rewards, but especially people in the diamond ranks were not super happy because platinum and diamond had almost no difference. They basically were the same wheel, just with a different logo in the
Yeah.
middle of them, and the devs came out and said, no, don't worry. The picture that we put out is bad. The color just didn't show on it. So they re-put out a new picture and showed us the actual difference, where there's a pretty decent noticeable color difference between platinum and diamond wheels.
Yes, that is for sure. They did like I think the one you're referring to is they did like a side-by-side comparison, which is actually probably the best way. It was better than the GIF that they had put out with the wheels actually moving, and so that was a better representation. I think there's still a lot of people in the community, me included, to be honest, that I think they could do a little bit more. I think the biggest complaint is the fact that one, I suck, but the biggest complaint is the fact that there's no, unlike the champ wheels that have a cool, like, glowing finish, there's nothing that there's nothing to kind of like distinguish the diamond wheels. And we were talking about it. I mean, diamond, it's clearly not champ, but it's still pretty high within the ranks of Rocket League. I mean, you're definitely no schlub if you make it to the diamond ranks. And so I think what people wanted to see, and what I think the best maybe change, if they do any modifications to it, would be give it a little bit of the glow that the champ wheels have. Not a ton. Don't make it, animated or anything like that. But give it some of the glow. I think that would make a lot of people happy, and would be much better than that gameplay right there. But I think that's probably what a lot of people are looking for. Is give it a little bit more distinction, because to be honest, I think they did a really nice job of distinguishing the bronze through the gold, and then really gold between gold and platinum is a nice adjustment too. There's enough differences. They do make it look, again, like a nice wheel, but it feels like platinum and diamond are just too similar.
Yeah, and I mean, there's just such a big difference skill-wise, and meta-wise, that they really should feel different. I'm with you. I got much love for the diamonds. As somebody who's not at diamond, either above or below, I think generally people have a tendency to kind of downplay a certain rank. If they're higher than me, well, it's not that high, or if it's below me, oh, they're not that good. I remember when I was a diamond kind of thing, but it's a great accomplishment, and I think it's a pretty high level of play, especially if you look at the rank distribution for the people that are in diamond. Just the sheer percentage numbers for the player base that's there. I think it's a really cool thing. So I'm with you. I would definitely not mind if they could maybe throw in a little bit of light up action, little light bright wheels or something. I think the other big thing that they'll continue to have a problem with, at least in this current structure of ranks, is there's not enough color variance in a lot of the ranks.
Right. Totally agree on this front. Saucing up some nice passes there,
Um,
my man.
So, I mean, I feel like you're kind of stuck with bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Those are already colors. Those are already things. So I feel like at a certain level you're stuck with the color choices there. But I mean, with Diamond and Champ, I think you have kind of a big opportunity to throw in a random color.
Yeah.
Why couldn't Champ be green? Why couldn't or not Champ, pardon me, Diamond? Because I do kind of feel like the Champ is somewhat established at this point. It's
Right.
purple. It's gonna be purple.
It's kind of like the premium color, if you will. You know, if you've got the purple rewards, you done good. You done good. But I
Yeah,
agree
I
with
mean
you.
they
I
probably
agree with
need to they probably need to follow through with that by making
you. Oh no!
purple something the champ purple something that you can match because right now there's never been a champ reward that you can actually match with anything
Right.
based on the colors on the blue team.
I think I agree with you, and I think they could do the same thing with Diamond. They could almost make like Diamond white or something. You know what I mean? Give it some distinction from, like you said, from the platinum wheels. I think would be that would be cool. I think it'd be a good idea, and I think people would actually like that for just the sole fact, like you said, give some more color variation out there, and let people, let people be able to match the wheels and actually want to use them. I think that's probably one of the things that sometimes holds some of these rewards back as well. Is it's hard to match those colors, to be honest.
Yeah, well, and I mean just to kind of continue on with the whole color variance thing is a yellow team or an orange team, I guess it is, season reward. You're never going to go higher than gold. Platinum, Diamond, and Champ are all basically a blue team setup kind of color.
Right. Yep. I mean, that's a great point. What another interesting idea would be is let the wheels be modifiable. If you make it into the Diamond or the Champ ranks, you can have their standard colors. Maybe you can pick what color they're able to be, almost kind of like you do the banners. You can change them up a little bit. That would be another interesting thing that would make those rewards, I guess, more rewarding, and definitely would make people want to use them. Because, to be honest with you, it'll be really interesting to see how many people end up using these reward wheels when they come out. I think you see a lot of the banners. I think you see a lot of the older boosts and things like that. But it's kind of hit or miss. There's going to be a lot of people that they sit in their collection, and I'll be honest, the banners for me is one thing that sits in my collection, not because I necessarily dislike them. There are other options and customization out there. So I think that's an important thing to realize too. Is not everybody is gonna use these. And to be honest, it's funny when I read these. Half the time, I really do think I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of these people complaining about them that really sincerely, it wouldn't matter what color you made them or what design you put on them. They're not going to use them anyways, because they're going to use their titanium white Sambas, or they're going to use their Volts, or they're going to use their Wonderments, and that's what matches their car,
Absolutely. Well, and so it's kind of funny. I didn't anticipate it was going to be this kind of counterculture type thing, but there's actually a decent culture in Champ of don't use your Champ rewards or you're a loser. So,
You
like,
are a
look
loser.
at this guy. He's proud of being
Champ
a
rewards.
champ. Like, what a loser.
What an idiot.
So I don't know. Right, yeah, I mean, the amount of times I've heard that, or oh, look at this guy. He's using his season 3 champ wheels. Like, what a loser. Like, what a try hard. And I don't know. That's the whole point to me. Like, I'm not using them to show off to you. I'm using them to
Be proud of them.
have this tangible thing for me. Like, I don't care what you think of them. They're for me.
I like this game because that guy is
I'm-
literally just sitting in the middle spinning, which makes for some great gameplay. Look at that. I mean, they played last game. Maybe they're trying to get an epic comeback. I don't know. Yeah, it's just interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do. The one thing that you can't fault Psyonix for, at least in this regard, is they're listening. I mean, they're at least getting the feedback. I mean, I'm on Twitter. We actually have a Twitter for the Average Gamer guys, and I mean, I look at it, and I looked at the feedback, and they replied to a lot of people's posts. If they were constructive posts with constructive criticism, Psyonix would respond to it, which I thought was really, really cool. You don't see a lot of times we've had a problem, and Psyonix has had the problem in the past where they don't listen. They don't come back. They don't listen to the community. They don't talk with the community. They don't take the feedback. I'm assuming you're up for this. Oh, that guy is. And so, I mean, that's what I take away from this whole thing, just from the get-go, is the fact that they're at least listening. They're at least taking the feedback. If they make the adjustments or not, to be honest, cool. At least they gave it a fair shake and they let people, voice their opinions. Now, I do think that's kind of probably the reason that they did this when they did it and put it out, because they wanted, I would hope they would want to get the feedback. And obviously you want your core player base, you want those people in the Diamond and the Champ ranks to feel rewarded and want to play the game. And so, I mean, that's probably the most, out of all of it, probably the most beneficial thing that we'll see from, at least from these conversations.
Well, and the first thing that I saw kind of the public sentiment with all of that change to is, we got them to change their mind on the player banners. Let's get them to change their mind on these stupid wheels.
Right.
And that sucks because they really listened to us and they really let us have a say in these player banners last time, and now we're kind of all being petulant children about it. But it's an option, I'm sure. I'm sure they're kind of keeping their eye on it, because the one thing that I think they're going to be very quick to point out is they changed their mind on the Dragon banners and let us have normal banners because everybody complained about them so much. And then immediately after that, everybody used the Dragon banners. Like, everybody.
Yep.
They looked at their usage numbers, their usage rates, and everybody used the Dragons.
Literally everyone.
So,
literally all
yeah.
of the people. Except for me. I think you did too, even for a while, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. The Champ one lit up. It was cool, man.
That's what I'm
Definitely
saying.
going to use that.
We gotta stop arguing with these guys. Maybe they do know what they're doing with these designs. Well, we'll see. It'll be interesting. Oh, I was gonna keep that up. We will definitely see. Obviously, happy that they're at least listening. That's what I take away from it, and I think that's pretty cool. And I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited for the new season they're doing. Like we talked about in the last video, we did another video talking about actually their post talking about the new season coming up. I'm hoping we'll get a date soon. I'm just praying. I know we've been saying this. We've been saying this literally since like November. I need a double painted weekend, man. I've got a billion crates to open. Me and you both do. We're trying to save them up. I hope that at least comes at some point with the new season. It would be really cool if they kicked off the new season, starting on a weekend, starting on a Thursday or Friday, and they threw a double painted drop weekend into it. That would make, honestly, that would bring a lot of people back in, especially with the soft reset they're doing. I know you and I have talked about, happy that they're going to be doing some adjustments to a couple of the rank structures within, I think, 1v1s and solo standard. All of that stuff being really, really good. So really looking forward to it. Hopefully it comes more quicklier. I know they said the first half of February. I hope it's like the first week of February. But really, really excited for it. And then as always, we'll cover it. So when it happens, any more news that we do get, we'll be talking with you guys about it. So Doc, Sloth, Average Gamer guys, as always, thanks so much for watching. Spend a few minutes of your day with us. If you're new and you like Rocket League, subscribe, and we'll